Dad, why?
Why?
Because it works.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most unexpected surprises and revelations from TV series. Naturally, there will be tons of spoilers ahead.
That's not Lady Smallwood, Mr.
Number 30, Bob Hartley's Dream, Newhart. Even if you've never seen Newhart, you probably know about this twist ending. Protagonist Dick Loudon expresses frustration with his eccentric fellow characters and gets hit by a golf ball.
You're all crazy!
Then we see him wake up. Or rather, we see Bob Hartley, Bob Newhart's previous character from The Bob Newhart Show, wake up. His wife Emily, played by Suzanne Pleshette, also makes a cameo. Bob describes the events of the show as a strange dream.
What is it?
I was an innkeeper in this crazy little town in Vermont.
The end credits even use the Bob Newhart Show theme. There have been a lot of It Was All a Dream endings, but Newhart's finale is especially memorable for how tongue-in-cheek it is.
You really should wear more sweaters.
Number 29, Who Killed Lila? How to Get Away with Murder. There are several surprising murders during the inaugural season of this legal thriller, but the one that started it all was that of Lila Stanford. For most of the season, the characters and the audience are convinced the killer was Sam, husband of protagonist Annalise Keating, since he was cheating on her with Lila.
Lila.
I'm telling Annalise.
And they were right, sort of. Rather than kill Lila himself when she expresses a desire to reveal her pregnancy, Sam instead tasks Annalise's investigator Frank Delfino to do the deed.
You owe me.
So how do you get away with murder? You get someone else to do it for you.
Sam killed Lila.
Number 28, John Doe, Grey's Anatomy. This long-running medical drama has had plenty of twists and turns during its time. One of the most surprising comes in the season 5 finale. Surgical resident George O'Malley has had his last day at the hospital before departing to join the Army.
I joined the Army to be a trauma surgeon. I report for duty tomorrow.
Meanwhile, a bus crashes into a man after he pushes someone out of the way, leaving the victim unrecognizable and unable to speak.
Unidentified male, dragged by a bus. He's clamped down so he couldn't innovate.
Didn't they stop when they hit him?
Bus driver didn't know he was there until he got halfway down the block.
While the doctors all debate whether they could be that selfless, Meredith is shocked to discover that the unidentified man is actually George.
Oh, God!
The surprising reveal only makes his death soon afterwards even more tragic. Number 27, Lorca's True Identity, Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek doesn't often do serialized storytelling, but when it does, it can lead to some fantastic twists. When the titular Discovery is trapped in the Mirror Universe, Captain Gabriel Lorca and Michael Burnham infiltrate the Empress's ship by pretending to be their mirror counterparts.
Captain Burnham. A face I thought I'd never see again in the flesh.
However, after revealing her identity to Empress Giorgio, Michael realizes that much like her captain, residents of the Mirror Universe have sensitivity to light.
You're sensitive to light.
All the clues add up, and she realizes that Lorca isn't from her own universe, but rather the mirror one. It's a great twist because the clues were all there, but we needed this moment to make sense of them.
My so-called captain's not from my universe. He's from yours.
Number 26, Wanda All Along, WandaVision. Look, we love the reveal that Agatha Harkness is manipulating things and the accompanying song as much as the next folks.
It's been Agatha all along.
And I killed Sparky, too.
But at the end of the day, she just took advantage of the situation. She didn't create it. It's even more surprising when, during a flashback episode, we learn that the hex that trapped the town of Westview and all its residents was created by protagonist Wanda Maximoff. It's quite a shock to find out that our heroine is in fact the villain responsible for keeping all these people prisoner in her TV fantasy. Sure, there were hints, but we all figured she was being manipulated by some outside force.
Wanda. Welcome home.
Number 25, Dr. Manhattan, Watchmen. While this series and the comic it's based on do have superheroes in them, the only true superpowered individual in the franchise is largely absent from most of the show. Or so we're led to believe. During this episode, Lady True reveals that Dr. Manhattan, the nuclear-powered, temporally aware superhuman, has disguised himself as a man in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Where is he?
Right here in Tulsa, pretending to be human.
Angela Abar isn't surprised by this revelation, but the audience certainly is when she goes home and takes a hammer to her husband Cal's forehead.
My name is not John.
I'm so sorry.
The object she pulls out of his head and the resulting blue glow had everyone's jaws on the floor.
Hey, baby.
Number 24, Peter's Not From Here, Fringe. In addition to being one of the most underrated sci-fi shows ever made, Fringe has some awesome twists. The season 1 finale sees antagonist David Robert Jones, not David Bowie's real name, different guy, try to open a door to an alternate universe.
Stabilize, damn it.
And indeed, the discovery that Olivia crosses over into a parallel Twin Towers is a huge twist. But when we discover that the grave Walter Bishop has been visiting is that of his seemingly alive son Peter, well, that completely blew our minds. There's more than one of everything, and everyone.
I think our little boy is growing up.
Number 23, Chuck's Back, Supernatural. After the prophet Chuck Shirley disappeared into thin air, fans had plenty of theories. There were forum threads galore.
Nothing ever really ends, does it?
It wasn't until 6 seasons later that we finally got an answer. The prophet of God / writer of the in-universe Supernatural books finally reappears when ex-angel Metatron suddenly finds himself in a bar with the man.
Carver Edlund? What the hell is going on here? What is this place?
After some debate about the merits or lack thereof of Chuck's writing, Chuck gives Metatron some shades and turns on the divine light, revealing that he's actually God.
God.
And sure, some people called it in those aforementioned forum threads, but that didn't stop most of us from reacting just like Sam and Dean when they found out.
We should probably talk.
Number 22, The Assassin, Sherlock. The eponymous world-famous detective is rarely wrong, but on one occasion, a mistake nearly costs him his life. After confronting Charles Augustus Magnuson, a notorious blackmailer, Sherlock discovers that he's already being held at gunpoint. He recognizes the perfume of the gunwoman and assumes it's Lady Smallwood.
Additionally, if you're going to commit murder, you might consider changing your perfume, Lady Smallwood.
However, it turns out to be Dr. Watson's very pregnant wife, Mary. She even shoots and nearly kills him.
I'm sorry, Sherlock. I am.
If Sherlock Holmes didn't see it coming, you can be sure that we did not expect this reveal either. Thankfully, Sherlock survives and manages to get his best friend's wife to be honest with him.
Sort it out, but do it quickly.
Number 21, Who Snitched for Logan? Succession. The 3 Roy siblings can rarely agree on anything, but the season 3 finale sees the trio finally coming together to outvote their overbearing father Logan in a proposed company buyout.
You need our vote for a change of control.
Yeah. You need all of us.
However, in a last-second reversal, Logan reveals that his amended divorce terms nullify their votes, foiling their plans and allowing him to retain his share.
You should have trusted me.
In the episode's final moments, Logan jovially greets Shiv's browbeaten husband Tom. Shiv suddenly realizes that the man she has been so dismissive of has betrayed their plans to her father. There are few depths the characters in Succession won't sink to, yet this betrayal still caught us off guard.
Okay.
Number 20, The Bent Neck Lady, The Haunting of Hill House. Who knew a simple haunted house story would contain one of the greatest plot twists of the 2010s?
I usually start to panic and my breath gets fast and heavy. My heart feels like it's pounding out of my chest.
This acclaimed Netflix series had little to do with its source material, so each story development was exciting and unpredictable, including The Bent Neck Lady. Young Nell is tormented by a shadow ghost who appears to have suffered a broken neck, hence its creepy name.
Nellie.
In the present, a mentally broken Nell visits Hill House and inadvertently hangs herself during an idyllic vision.
Huh? It's okay, honey.
As she falls, she travels through time and discovers the horrifying truth. She is the bent neck lady, and she's been tormenting herself for decades. Nell's subplot is easily the most depressing and horrifying of them all. Number 19. Violet, American Horror Story, Murder House. Several years before The Haunting of Hill House and The Bent Neck Lady, American Horror Story pulled a similar trick with its protagonist Violet. In the 6th episode, titled Piggy Piggy, Violet attempts to take her own life by swallowing a handful of sleeping pills.
Don't you die on me, Violet! Don't you die!
However, Tate prevents her from dying by forcing her to throw up.
Violet! No!
4 episodes later, Violet is prevented from leaving the house, almost as if her spirit is trapped within it. It's then that Tate reveals the truth by showing Violet her own rotting corpse.
I died when I took all those pills.
I tried to save you. I did.
Turns out that Violet was successful in her attempt, and she's been a ghost the whole time. Number 18. Time Jump, This Is Us.
So I'm gonna need everyone in this room to believe me when I say that only good things are gonna happen here today.
The pilot for this NBC drama concerns 4 people turning 36 years old. There's Jack, husband to Rebecca and expectant father of triplets, Kate, who's attempting to shed some weight, high-powered businessman Randall, who was left at a fire station as a baby, and Kevin, the disillusioned star of a sitcom who decides to quit during a taping.
You know when I think it all went wrong for me was 1986, 2nd grade.
Near the end of the episode, all 4 disparate storylines are brought together via a clever time jump.
Strangest damn thing. Someone left a newborn at my fire station. I didn't know what to do, so I brought him here.
We learn that Jack's storyline actually takes place in 1980, that Kate and Kevin are Jack and Rebecca's adult children, and that Randall is their adopted son. Watching this, we knew from the start that This Is Us would not be a traditional family drama. Number 17. The Chicken, MASH. In this show's stellar finale, Hawkeye is treated for a nervous breakdown. He relays the story of being on a bus with a group of refugees and forcing a woman to keep her clucking chicken quiet as an enemy patrol was driving by. However, Hawkeye painfully remembers that the chicken was actually an infant baby, and the mother had smothered it to death on the orders of Hawkeye, resulting in his mental breakdown.
I just wanted to be quiet!
MASH was never afraid to go to some dark places, and this twist proved to be the darkest of them all. It's one of the most disturbing and emotional scenes in television history, and it all came as a complete surprise. Number 16. The Ice Truck Killer, Dexter. Dexter follows a serial killer who holds a day job as a blood spatter analyst for the Miami Police Department.
She was shot at close range. I wish I had more for you.
Me too.
Maria, the DA needs the worksheet for the ice truck killer case.
In season 1, Dexter hunts the Ice Truck Killer, a fellow serial killer who leaves various body parts at sites linked to Dexter's past. In the season 1 finale, we learn that the Ice Truck Killer is Dexter's biological brother, Brian Moser.
You always had trouble saying Brian.
I have a brother.
A real brother.
They were separated after being found in a blood-filled shipping container, the same event that permanently traumatized the brothers and sent them on their murderous paths.
That was the best wipeout. You didn't even cry. Next time you try my skateboard, bend your knees.
Unlike Dexter, Brian didn't have a father figure to help control his urges. It brings into question concepts of nature and nurture, and proves that killing truly is in Dexter's blood. Number 15. The Truth About Earth, Battlestar Galactica. This twist is reminiscent of the famous Statue of Liberty reveal at the end of Planet of the Apes, and it's almost as shocking.
The final Cylons led me to it. If it's Earth, they've given us the home of the 13th tribe.
Throughout the preceding 4 seasons, the Galactica was searching for the fabled 13th colony, also known as Earth. As the other 12 colonies were destroyed by the Cylons, the enigmatic 13th colony remained humanity's last hope for survival. After searching for 4 seasons and over 60 episodes, the fleet finally makes it to Earth, only to learn that it's a barren and radioactive wasteland. It's a huge gut punch of a twist, especially following the jubilance of the discovery of the planet, and it's easily one of television's most unexpected and upsetting reveals. Number 14. Sydney in Hong Kong, Alias. In 2004, J.J. Abrams would change TV forever with the premiere of Lost. But 3 years earlier, he created another twist-filled extravaganza known as Alias.
I've shot you before, I will do it again.
Alias follows Jennifer Garner's Sidney Bristow, a double agent working for the CIA. Although the show is full of brilliant twists, the best comes at the end of season 2, when Sidney wakes up alone in Hong Kong.
This is Officer 2300844, calling for connection confirmation. Looking glass.
Stand by.
She has no memory of how she got there, and when she meets the now-married Vaughn, she learns she's been missing and presumed dead for 2 years.
We thought you were dead.
It's the kind of tantalizing cliffhanger Abrams has become known for, and it had millions of viewers chomping at the bit for season 3.
You've been missing for almost 2 years.
Number 13. Who really shot Mr. Burns? The Simpsons.
After all these years, things are finally starting to go my way. I feel like celebrating. Oh, it's you. What are you so happy about?
Matt Groening's long-running cartoon isn't really known for its intriguing storylines, but that all changed in the spring of 1995 when Mr. Burns was shot by an unseen assailant.
Who's there?
While the episode was meant to parody the Who Shot JR concept of 1980, fans of The Simpsons were genuinely invested in the mystery, and it became just as much of a phenomenon as the JR sensation.
Well, I couldn't possibly solve this mystery. Can you?
Blame was placed on both Smithers and Homer, until Burns reveals it was actually Maggie, who may or may not have intentionally shot him.
The one who shot me was... Maggie Simpson!
The reveal put previous clues into clear focus. And while episode writers Bill Oakley and Josh Weinstein were not confident in the reveal, it's since become an iconic piece of TV history.
But the old axiom was misleading. Taking the candy proved exceedingly difficult. I said, drop it!
Number 12. Carl, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is well known for indiscriminately killing main characters, and that continued well into its 8th season. During the season's 6th episode, The King, the Widow, and Rick, Carl and Sadiq are set upon by a group of zombies while traipsing through the woods.
You okay?
Yeah.
They seemingly survive uninjured, but Carl appears stunned. In the mid-season finale, it's revealed that Carl was bitten on the stomach during the struggle, effectively sealing his fate.
That's how it happened.
It's not only shocking within the context of the series, but it also deviated heavily from the source material in which Carl is still alive.
I love you, Dad.
The reveal caught viewers, longtime readers, and even actor Chandler Riggs off guard. Number 11. Ben, Scrubs. The 3rd season episode My Screw Up is widely regarded as one of Scrubs' best, and much of that acclaim stems from the ending.
You go now?
No.
How about now?
No, look, as a rule of thumb, I don't attend parties where the guest of honor has no idea what's going on.
Throughout the episode, Cox is hounded by his ex-brother-in-law Ben, who continuously neglects to follow up on his leukemia.
What happened? It wasn't your fault. And I'm sorry.
While Cox is away from the hospital, a patient dies from cardiac arrest, and Cox enters an obvious funk.
You don't have to get all dressed up.
I am dressed up. Do you see any holes in these pants?
No.
At the end of the episode, we learn that the patient was Ben, and that Cox had simply been envisioning Ben in his mind to cope with his unexpected death.
The whole routine.
Where do you think we are?
The reveal itself, with Ben suddenly disappearing from view, is both haunting and beautiful. And seeing Cox grudgingly process the truth is easily one of the show's most emotional moments. Number 10. Tommy's Imagination, St. Elsewhere. One of the most famous or infamous series finales in television history belongs to St. Elsewhere.
Luther, what do you got?
Me? Spring fever.
You're patient.
What do you care? You just finished your last ER shift. It's over. You're through at St. Eligius forever.
Yeah, the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine.
St. Elsewhere was a typical medical drama that aired on NBC throughout the 80s. Nothing about it was really out of the ordinary. Until the series finale.
He's been sitting there ever since you left this morning. Just like he does every day. In a world of his own.
The final scene reveals that the events of St. Elsewhere were imagined by an autistic child named Tommy. It comes out of absolutely nowhere, and it tweaks the "it was all a dream" concept just enough to be original.
I don't understand this autism thing, Pop. Here's my son. I talk to him. I don't even know if he can hear me. He sits there all day long in his own world, staring at that toy.
The quality of this twist will forever remain divisive. Some call it a unique subversion that was remarkable for its day, while others call it cheap and nonsensical. But one thing is guaranteed, you certainly did not see it coming. Number 9, The Bad Place, The Good Place. The Good Place is a great comedy concerning the lives of various deceased individuals who found themselves in a heaven-like utopia suitably titled The Good Place. Or have they? In the season 1 finale, Eleanor comes to the startling realization that the good place is actually an experimental version of the bad place, and that the characters were sent there to torture each other.
They're never gonna call a train to take us to the bad place. They can't, because we're already here.
Like all great plot twists, this reveal is not only surprising, it also completely upends the entire show, and makes you question everything that you've previously seen, seemingly understood, and analyzed. And to think, one of the greatest twists in modern television comes from a sitcom.
They know this is the bad place. Eleanor figured it out.
Number 8, True Allegiance, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Throughout the first season, we were led to believe that Grant Ward was a devoted member of S.H.I.E.L.D. However, the truth is revealed in episode 17, Turn, Turn, Turn.
I want to see him suffer.
Don't mind the company, and I can always use a man of your skills.
Throughout the episode, S.H.I.E.L.D. attempts to thwart an internal uprising of Hydra sleeper agents. Everything seems to be headed towards a happy ending. Ward and Skye finally kiss, the Hydra infiltrators are taken into custody, and Garrett is scheduled to be executed.
What do you think, Agent Ward? You shot the wrong clairvoyant before. Care to shoot the right one?
But when given the opportunity, Ward kills Victoria Hand in cold blood and frees Garrett, effectively revealing his true allegiance to Hydra. It's a fantastic twist that ended the already great episode on a high, and made us eager to see what came next in Ward's subterfuge. Number 7, River's Identity, Doctor Who. Introduced back in the 4th series, River Song was a mysterious woman who could seemingly travel through time with the Doctor.
Then you may kiss the bride.
I'll make you a kobold.
You better.
She became a companion of the Doctor and eventually married the Matt Smith incarnation. Her true identity and backstory remained a mystery until Series 6's A Good Man Goes to War, where it's revealed that she's the daughter of the Doctor's companions, Amy and Rory.
But that means...
I'm afraid it does.
Ooh. But you and I, we
Yes.
As she was conceived in the TARDIS while it was in a time vortex, she's been given time-traveling capabilities.
It's me. I'm Melody. I'm your daughter.
The twist was kept top secret even within the crew, with only a select few, including Stephen Moffat and actress Alex Kingston, knowing the truth. Number 6, Bernard, Westworld. In many ways, Westworld is the Lost of today, balancing intriguing character drama with endless mysteries, twists, and turns.
The longer I work here, the more I think I understand the hosts. It's the human beings who confuse me.
Some twists are a little too out there and confusing, even for the most diehard Westworld fans. But some work brilliantly, including the reveal that Bernard is a host.
What's behind this door?
What door?
The truth is revealed in episode 7, titled Trompe-l'œil. Bernard can't see the door leading to the secret lab, as he's been programmed to ignore it. Westworld pulled off a brilliant trick.
What is this place?
It's a remote diagnostic facility. Ford and his partner used them when the park was in beta. I had no idea this one was here.
It served the audience a story and character-shattering plot twist, not through actions, but through visuals and important dialogue. If you weren't really paying attention to what Bernard was saying, you would have completely missed Westworld's biggest revelation.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
They cannot see the things that will hurt them. I've spared them that.
At least at first. Number 5. Elliot's location, Mr. Robot.
I will never leave you. I will always be right here. Do you understand that?
Season 1 ends with many shocking revelations concerning Mr. Robot.
Elliot, who are you talking to?
We learn that he's a figment of Elliot's imagination, and that Mr. Robot was the name of his computer repair shop. But we think the prison reveal in Season 2 tops all that.
Elliot. You know you haven't been staying with your mother, right?
I know.
After Krista asks Elliot about his location, everything unravels, and we discover that Elliot has been in prison the entire season. Some viewers sussed out the gist of the twist beforehand, believing that Elliot was in a psychiatric hospital. Like all great twists, this one answered questions while leaving the door open for more. And what's even more unpredictable is the fact that this reveal came in episode 7 rather than the more traditional season finale. Number 4. Walt and Brock, Breaking Bad. Season 4 of Breaking Bad ends on a relatively happy note. Gus is dead, the lab is burned to the ground, Walt and Jesse make up, and the dangerously ill Brock turns out okay.
I don't understand. Then what was it?
Said it was most likely a flower called Lily of the Valley.
We, like Walt, are feeling pretty good. That is, until the camera slowly zooms in on the Lily of the Valley plant in Walt's backyard, proving that he poisoned Brock. Jesse was right all along, but Walt had successfully manipulated him into working against Gus. It was an admittedly genius move by Walt, but it also proved to be his moral death. Even the most ardent of Walt defenders can agree that deliberately poisoning a child crosses a line.
I won.
With this, Walt officially went from anti-hero to full-blown villain. Number 3. The Red Wedding, Game of Thrones. Of course, the Red Wedding didn't come as a surprise if you'd read George R.R. Martin's A Storm of Swords, but for newcomers, this was a plot twist for the ages. The Red Wedding served as the horrific culmination of 3 seasons worth of story, and it will be fondly remembered as one of the most startling scenes in television history. At the Twins, Walder Frey gifts Rob with bread and salt, a symbol of trust and safety. However, the doors are bolted, the Rains of Castamere starts playing, and the Starks are mercilessly slaughtered. So much for trust and safety. This twist is now legendary, as are the famous reaction videos of viewers displaying absolute disbelief at the events on screen. If there's one thing Game of Thrones will be remembered for, it's the shock that was the Red Wedding.
Now you know why your nerdy friends were really depressed 13 years ago.
Number 2. The Flash Forwards, Lost. Lost is well known for its twists, but none was as significant as the one that closed out Season 3. Throughout the episode, we witness a bearded and depressed Jack as he battles substance use disorder and dark thoughts. While viewers believed that this was just another flashback, it's actually revealed to be a flash forward, showing that Jack and Kate had gotten off the island.
Every little bump we hit or turbulence, I actually close my eyes and I pray that I can get back.
Everyone talked about this twist, and it completely rejuvenated interest in the show. It's now regarded as perhaps the greatest twist in TV history, and Jack's line, "We have to go back," has been ingrained in popular culture.
We have to go back, Kate.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Nina, 24. 24 was absolutely chock full of twists and turns, but perhaps none was as notable as this Season 1 twist. Throughout the first season, Nina Myers played the role of CTU official and ally of Jack Bauer. When a mole is discovered within CTU, Jack immediately suspects Nina, but her name is soon cleared. However, we eventually learn that he was right all along in a twist that turned the entire character and show on their heads.
Sigo con esta.
Da, sigurna sam.
This is a classic plot twist, one where a previously upstanding and exceptional officer turns out to be a malicious psychopath. Nothing is the same once Nina is exposed. And this twist catapulted 24 from a great show to a fantastic one. Is there an unexpected TV twist you thought would be on our list all along? Tell us your favorites in the comments.
Who's been messing up everything? It's been Agatha all along.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.